Good afternoon, and welcome to our counseling session this afternoon. My name is Tiara Matthews, and I will be your counselor. And I'm so glad that you came in today so that we can work on personal growth and development and move you to the place that you are now, to a place of triumph and success in all areas of your life. And so I'm very excited that you came in today and that you are willing to meet with me. So as you know, I just introduced myself as Ms. Matthews, and I'm so excited to be working with you. Can you give me some information about yourself today? I can see here in the files your name and that type of information, but I definitely like to hear a little bit more about you before we break the mold and get started with our session today. Yes. Okay. Okay. And you're married with children? Great, 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 great. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, it's definitely nice to meet you, and I definitely look forward to seeing how much you grow throughout this experience with counseling that you have signed up for. And I definitely congratulate you first for taking that first initial step. I know a lot of times people do not like to come to counselors, or there's a certain perception that individuals have when it comes to going to counseling sessions. And so I definitely applaud you for taking this first step and actually coming to your scheduled appointment and actually walking through the door to communicate with me and to see how we can move you from this place, to a new day. Okay. So tell me a little bit about why you're here. I know that you've answered some questions in regards to, what you have going on and what services and supports that you're in need of. But tell me a little bit about why you're here. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Those are for breakaway ropes.
Definitely agree.
Those
Yes,
are for
definitely.
nursing, and right here is for COVID. But I'm second, third place. I'm not so good at it, but my dad makes me.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So it sounds like some of the concerns are really just your thoughts and feelings, that you currently have going on internally, and then how those thoughts and feelings and situations are beginning to project on the outside. And so your family, like your husband and different individuals, are being able to start seeing some changes in your behavior. I noticed that you said your husband says that you're not the same person that you used to be, and we haven't really got into depth, because during this session, we're just getting started. And so I'm not really aware of all the working parts that make up with that analysis that he's coming to and that conclusion. But because he is someone that you are close with and you have a everyday daily relationship with him, I would say that we can trust him when he says that he is beginning to see some changes. And the good thing about it is he's telling you those changes because he wants you to, be able to identify some areas where you see those same issues beginning to happen and possibly be able to work through those in a counseling session. Do you feel like you're beginning to change? Or do you feel like you've changed over time? Let's say going back from, when you first got married to now, do you feel like there's been a change? And maybe your attitude, your behaviors, the manner in which you're looking at different situations? Got you. Okay. Well, let's begin to unfold and see, let's see where you were before, and then let's see moving up to this place. So that your behaviors and your actions that you are displaying right now is definitely why your family has some concerns about you. It's definitely why your husband is saying that you have changed, and even you yourself, you're saying that you feel like you can't get out of bed. You feel like sometimes when you do get out of bed that you've made a major accomplishment throughout the day. And so I definitely understand, and I can sympathize with going through a transitional period in your life. And there are times in our lives that we do change, according to different life situations that are taking place, different mental stimulations and things of that nature that are taking place. And sometimes, because of outside situations or internal situations, our actions and mindsets and thoughts and feelings begin to feed off of what's going on around us and what we have going on both internally and situationally, environmentally around us. And so I can personally say that there has been times when I myself have been experiencing both things internally and witnessing things in my immediate family or my general family, extended family. And those situations cause me to have different thoughts and feelings that at some point, they're not always exciting moments and they begin to weigh on you. And I think one of the most important things for you to be able to do in this moment, number one, is to be able to identify that you yourself can say that, yes, my husband sees it. Yes, I can identify that I'm beginning to drink more often. I can identify that sometimes all I can do is get out of bed. And that's like a major accomplishment. And I think that identifying and being able to identify that, yep, something is wrong, is definitely a major step towards progress. And so what I would suggest that we work on in our next couple of sessions is that we work on identifying what it is that you see personally that is wrong. Because a lot of times what other people see in us, we actually would see those things in ourselves, if we were to take a look in the mirror of transparency. And the reason I call it the mirror of transparency is because it's a moment where it's just you, yourself, and I. It's kind of like a me, myself, and I. I can actually take the mirror, look at it, and say, yep, this is me. This is what I have going on, and I need to be real with what I'm actually looking at. I don't need to fake. I don't need to pretend that it's something that it's not. This is just me and transparency and being open and able to identify I need a moment of transparency. And then let's have a conversation about how we would move from that moment of transparency to what you're looking at now to what it is that you want to be looking at when you look in the mirror. Okay, so I would definitely suggest, that we begin to take a look at breaking down, step by step, not doing everything today, not doing everything this month, but really taking a step-by-step approach and looking to identify what you have going on and then moving, figuring out, okay, this is what I have going on. This is what I see that's wrong. This is what needs to happen for me to get from here to here. You know what I mean? So that when I look in the mirror, what I'm seeing is something that makes me feel good about myself. I'm managing my situations. I'm working on building a closer relationship with my husband. I'm working on effectively communicating with him better so that he's able to understand that, look, these are things that I've identified. These are reasons why I'm starting to drink, to make it through the day. This is why it's a struggle for me to get out of the bed sometimes, those type of things. My emotions. This is why I'm crying. Being able to be open and honest with yourself. I personally suggest that my clients journal because it gives you a moment, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes a day, it gives you an opportunity to be able to write in your own personal journal what you have going on at that day. And then I invite you to bring your journal into your sessions so that we can begin to read through some of the things that you've written down. You can pick and choose what you share in your journal with me. But I want to gift this journal to you so that you can get started. So daily, every other day, every couple of days, just write in the journal what you're experiencing. And then when you're experiencing a lot of crying on certain days, struggling with getting out of bed on certain days, the days that you're drinking, what led you to do those things, and write those in the journal so that we may be able to read those in our sessions and begin to break down, well, this is what triggers her. This is what happens when she struggles to get out of bed. This is why she's drinking so much, and let's begin to have a conversation and break those barriers so that you can be free of anything that's blocking your mental stability. Okay? How's that sound? Perfect. I'm definitely glad that you like the journal idea. So I love giving my clients both journals and pens. So these are both yours to keep for you to write in, and for you to be able to write down your thoughts and feelings that at the moment you may not be able to effectively verbally communicate. Okay? All right. Definitely. I definitely look forward to meeting with you as well on the next session. And I definitely am excited about you starting your journal journey, to use that to enhance your mental stability. All right, so let's go ahead and head out to the front desk and get you scheduled for your next appointment so that we can begin really dissecting what's going on. All right? Thank you so much for coming in. Have a great day.